Namaste children. Observe the pictures and say what is the phenomenon going on. Now reflection of light from smooth and highly polished surfaces. Some examples are given in this slide. Next, simple mirror is actually a plain glass which is silver plated. Can we make a mirror? Plain glass provides a smooth surface, silver coating makes it shiny. How to prevent light going through the plain glass? Behind the silver coating, there is a red paint. Red paint also protects the silver coating from getting scratched. Red paint prevents the light to pass through the plain glass. Now, smooth surface, the ray of light falling on the mirror is incident light. Point of incidence, the point at which the incident ray strikes the reflecting surface is called as point of incidence. The ray of light bouncing off from the mirror is called the reflected ray. The line drawn perpendicular to the mirror at the point of incidence is called as normal. Now, here the smooth surface is the mirror. The incoming light is shown with the blue colored lines and reflected rays are shown with red colored arrows. The highly polished surfaces like mirror is called a reflector. The point at which the incident ray strikes the reflecting surface is called point of incidence. The line drawn perpendicular to the mirror at the point of incidence is called the normal. The ray of light bouncing off from the surface, reflecting surface, is called as reflected ray. Now some facts about the light. It's a form of electromagnetic energy. It's a part of electromagnetic spectrum and the only part we can really see is the visible waves. The long wavelength and short wavelength are shown here in the picture. And low frequency and high frequency waves, low energy and high energy waves. The speed of light, that is c, is constant in vacuum. Speed of light is equals to 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. Light can be reflected, absorbed, refracted. Light is an electromagnetic wave in that it has wave-like properties which can be influenced by electro and magnetic fields. Now coming to the laws of reflection, the law of reflection states that the angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection, that is angle I is equals to angle R. The law works for flat plane surfaces only. The angles are measured from the perpendicular line to the surface called as normal. The incident ray and the reflected ray are on either side of the normal at the point of incidence on the same plane, and the angle made by the incident ray with the normal is called as angle of incidence and it is designated by small I, and the angle made by the reflected ray with the normal is called as angle of reflection and it is designated by small r. Angle I is equals to angle R. Now coming to the virtual images. What is a virtual image? Virtual images are basically images which cannot be visually projected on the screen. That is, they cannot be caught on the screen. If this box gave off light, we could project an image of this box onto a screen provided the screen was on the same side as the box. You would not able to project the image of vase or your face in a mirror on a screen. Therefore, it is a virtual image. Virtual images are always on the opposite side of the mirror relative to the object, and they are always upright. Now, coming to the characteristics of an image formed by a plane mirror. The image formed is virtual. It cannot be reversed on a screen. The image formed is erect. The image size is equivalent to the object size. The image formed by a plane mirror is at the same distance behind the mirror. And the image formed is laterally inverted. Observe, experiment, and by calculation, the distance between the image and its mirror is 4.2 centimeters, and the object in the mirror is also equivalent to 4.2 centimeters. In total, the distance between the image and the object is 9.4 centimeters. Then, when we observe, they both are, that is, the image as well as the object from the mirror are equidistant. And next, the size of the image is equivalent to the size of the object. Both are of equal size. Now coming to the structure and functions of the eye. The human eye is an organ which reacts to light and pressure. As a sense organ, the mammalian eye allows vision. A normal eye looks like in the given picture. Coming to the parts of eye, the front part of the eye includes iris, the colored part, cornea, a clear dome over the iris, pupil, the black circular opening in the iris that lets light in, sclera. The white part of the eye is called as sclera. This is the picture which shows the anatomy of the eye. Now, iris is the colored part. It controls the amount of light entering into the eye. Once again, iris is the colored part of the eye. It controls the amount of light entering into the eye. Now coming to the cornea, clear lens in front of the eye. It's a transparent covering of the front of the eye, allows the passage of light into the eye and functions as a fixed lens. Its main function is allows the passage of light into the eye, and also it focuses the light. Pupil, a black hole in the iris where light enters into the eye. Pupil size is controlled by the iris muscles. Pupil expansion, when the eye needs more light to enter, that is when it is dark, the pupils get larger, allowing more light to enter the eye. This was flexible expansion is done by the iris. So iris controls the size of the pupil. Pupil contraction. When the eye needs less light to enter, that is when it is in very bright area, the pupil gets smaller, allowing less light to enter the eye. Sclera, a tough white skin made of tissue that covers all of the eyeball except the cornea. Its function supports eyeball and provides attachment for the muscles. Retina, the internal membrane which contains light receptive cells, that is rods and cones. It converts light energy to electrical signals. The main function of retina converts is to form the image, the real image on it. It acts as a screen and it is connected to the sensory nerve known as optic nerve, and it contains some light receptive cells, that is rods and cones, and with the help of optic nerves it enables the light energy to convert into electrical signals. Now, optic nerve, this transmits the electrical impulses from retina to the brain. It creates the blind spot. Brain takes inverted image and flips it so we can see the normal virtual image. So main function of the optic nerve, conversion of energy image into electrical impulses along with the retina, and transmits these electrical signals from retina to the brain. Now, do this activity. Close your right eye and look directly at the number 3. Can you see the yellow spot in your peripheral vision? Now slowly move towards or away from the screen. And the functions continue. The eye has many parts that must work together to produce clear vision. The sclera, a white part of the eye, protects the eyeball. The pupil, a black dot at the center of the iris, or it is a hole through which light can enter into the eye. The iris, the colored part of the eye surrounding the pupil, allows the expansion and contraction of the pupil. Now, the refractive structures of the eye. These are the structures bend the light so that a clear image is produced. They are tears, cornea, and lens. Eyebrows and lashes. Main function is the protection of eyelids and lashes. The main function of these is the protection of the eye. They also help to distribute tears which wash and lubricate the eyes.